Well, hello there, and I'm not late before someone shouts at me for being late. Hi, Mark, if you're there. So, good evening, everyone, and hello, Kinga. Hello, Dan. Hello, Protec. I haven't seen Protec for ages. Who else have we got out there this evening, noons? Thank you for the follow. We've had a few people follow us this afternoon. It's absolutely been fantastic. We are doing a few other bits and pieces. I don't know if people have actually seen, but we're working on Flesh and Blood content. We've got quite a few box openings to do, and they seem to be quite popular, just watching me open cards live on a stream, and then goes up on YouTube and people get to watch it all over again. It is quite exciting because when you get one of the good cards, it's absolutely phenomenal. And then I need to learn how to play as well doing it. So, who else have we got? Good evening, good morning, Archnin. Definitely Kinger in there. Hello, Snowy. I haven't seen you for ages. At least 30 seconds ago. Good evening, Tomo. Good evening, X-Wing Tavern Wars. It's good to have everyone here. So, before we continue on, I'm going to make sure the cameras are all working and the internet doesn't pop out on me. Just a reminder of the prizes for this month's big giveaway. Hiya, Paul. Bacon sandwich. It still works. So the giveaway this month, we are doing 3, and it's going to be the top 6 donators will go into some kind of raffle, draw, dice roll, however we see it at the end, so we can keep confusing Kinga all the way. So one of the prizes will get one of our nice new shiny... Why do you keep calling me Paul? Did I call you Paul? Hello, Mark, by the way. So we have one of the amazing... the artwork in this. All the bits that you need for the game. Giants, Quark, Billy, Quarrel. And then there's loads of fluff for you to sit down and read into. So that is one of the giveaways. The second giveaway, not necessarily in that order, but the second giveaway is a 2-player starter set. The third giveaway, he's around here somewhere, is Ribbled, who is I've got the card there for him. He's basically a giant with a goblin on the back shooting a cannon. So what can I say to that? That is who our Ribbled is. So the second part of why Ribbled, very empty box, is we are going to... I'm flaring the camera again, sorry. We are going to paint, or we are painting Ribbled on the stream as we go. I will be doing bits off air and stuff like that, but I just want to go through as we're going, adding bits of Ribbled and stuff like that. We managed to get the 2-player starter set up in the store today, but we've had so much stock land, it's been like juggling sand for the last 2 days. I need to clear my head, step back and go, right, I'm doing this. And tonight, after the stream, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to list all of the Moonstone up on the website for sale, basically starting as soon as it goes on. It does mean Flesh and Blood has taken a little backseat, but we are getting stock for Flesh and Blood tomorrow and Saturday. So I just thought it's a bit pointless putting all the stock in and then quickly having to do it. So it's it's just compacting down some of our time stuff to do. We also have Digimon. We've had a huge amount of support. As some of you know, we didn't get any Digimon from our distributor. We did have forewarning that this was a problem, and I was quite expecting to close the Digimon sales going forward, single sales going forward, and not continue with it. I've had huge support off a couple of stores that it was out this. Yep, it's out now. It's out tomorrow. I've got stock, but I'm not touching it till tomorrow to conform with street data. Even though I'm a distributor, I'm a seller, trader. But we don't want to go through all of the things that I got stuff earlier or anything like that. So we're not touching it. It is sat on a shelf, and until tomorrow, I won't do anything with it. But that's all for singles. The singles will then go up into stock over the weekend, and God bless him, Ronan's going to keep me sane doing that. That's all I can say. So that's after we've done Moonstone. We'll be working on the 2 trading card games, and there's still 6 boxes of Arcane Light there, Arcane Rising. There is 8 boxes coming tomorrow, and I think some at the weekend. When they arrive, I can give the shout outs to the stores that has helped me out, and as always, these stores are amazing. It's a weird situation to be in, because they go, here, have some of our stock, we see you're struggling. Obviously paying for the privilege, but they could quickly sell that on. At the moment, things like Digimon, you could probably get RRP quite easily. The scalpers and the bots out there are totally hammering them, so it was absolutely amazing to see that. Same with Flesh and Blood today. One of the sellers on eBay, just started chatting to him on Facebook. He mentioned us when we were doing some of the streaming stuff last week, earlier in the week, and he sold us these. We have paid a little bit extra, but I understand from his point, if he'd put them up for the RRP price, they would have sold out. Some unscrupulous gentleman or lady out there would have bought them all up and have them up for sale for £50 to £100 a deck. So we got them at an absolute amazing price. He accepted an offer, and now we've got one of every deck to sleeve up, get ready, and we can do demos on the stream. As soon as Beanie Games opens, we'll be doing demos for them. Anything that we can do, our little community is quite well built up already into the game, so it looks good going forward. But it just proves there is nice people out there. Not all of the tiring of all of the brushes, but has something. Hi Craig, are you on? I'm hoping Craig's on. Totally forgot that was out today. 1 second. I'm just checking to see if. Right, I'm guessing Craig's on YouTube. Cool. I hope. Either that or I'm losing the plot. So what we've got tonight is I want to do the Zenithal highlighting. I was just thinking that maybe it's a different coloured for Zenithal, but yeah, I want to do the Zenithal highlighting on Ribbled. What I don't want to do this time is, the last time I did the Zenithal highlighting, I could feel the ink lifting. So what I want to do is put the Zenithal down. He's going to get an all over light coating of grey, and then a proper Zenithal from above. but I want it to dry, so we will probably do this next Wednesday, or we'll start painting this properly next Wednesday, and that time it will have given it a good time to get the zenith set properly. And then we've got the metalwork on the Orc boss, or the Orc weird boy, or whatever it wants to be. So all the metalwork needs to be done. The metalwork on the chain was too light, so... Alright, Kilcraig. If I miss you saying something, I do apologise. It's because that box up there is very teeny-weeny. So, we've got 2 figures on the table today. And... Right. I'll figure something out for next week. Yeah? 100% next week I'll Tesseract the living daylights out of something. If you've got something that you fancy me doing, let me know. I'll Tesseract... Okay, let me rephrase that. I'll Tesseract something if you send me it. But if I've got some kicking around, or I've got something that I could Tesseract up, let me know. I don't mind doing Tesseract now and again. I'm looking to the right for the ink, and I think I put it in here. I did. I'm ignoring Mark. Heretics like yourself have been cut down for far less, Mr. Fairbrother. Yes, very well rephrased. I remembered who I was talking to halfway through that. Let's have a look for a lighter silver. Duraluminium? Duraluminium, yeah. So, I've just listened to the first Audible book. It was Xenos, Eisenhorn. And I'm really starting to enjoy the whole Inquisitor stuff. I've loved Inquisitors and the stuff to do with Inquisitors going back as long as I can remember, being into 40k. But some of the things that I've been getting and stuff lately have got me absolutely head over feet into the Inquisitor stuff. So yeah, Joe bought me, because I need to relax and because I'm having my blood pressure issues and stuff like that. When I'm sat working, rather than get het up over everything, and I'm working and my mind's running in about 50 different directions, or I'm going to bed and I can't sleep because my head's going in 50 directions, Joe signed up to Eisenhorn to Audible for me to get some audio books, and so far it's helped because a couple of times I've gone to bed, listened to a couple of episodes of Eisenhorn's first book, and it's really helped me relax, unwind, take my mind off stuff because I'm concentrating on that, and really enjoyed it. So the first one was Xenos by Dan Abnett. It was narrated by Toby Longworth. I've got 6 minutes left on it. But yes, it was like, I think about 8 hours long or longer. And I've got the next one lined up in my want list sort of thing, and I've got another token to spend on another book, so it'll definitely be the second one in the series, and hopefully by the time I've watched that I'll have the third one. Right, so, but another nameless friend that can't be named for various reasons managed to pick me up a box with Black Library on. Yes. Have I think I've listened to her Horus Rising. I know I got a load from Humble Bundle, and they were in that. Kinga, cover the cost of it. These are on eBay at the moment, and again, another selfless act. My friend got me this. I'm not going to open it much more than that. That's as much as you're getting. I don't care, but there is a book in there. It is a signed book. Yeah, and it goes that way actually. And these are going for silly money on eBay, and I missed it because I was going to buy it, but I missed it because of an account error. Yes, very dangerous. So I've still got the account error. I can't log into my account, and it's got loads of Lord of the Rings stuff print to order waiting to come out from it. But this is Dan Abnett's new book. Is it Dan Abnett's? I will double check. I'll double check. So it is Dan Abnett. Hey. So that is Pariah, which is the first one in the series. Beckwin. I know who Beckwin is. So yeah, these are the standard versions of it, and they're still gorgeous covers and stuff like that. Horace dies at the end. Oh. So yeah, I got these two from Beanie Games. This is the new one, Pentient, and that's the limited edition one I've got as well. So I've got the limited edition version of this. So I am absolutely... I love my Inquisitor stuff. It's getting better and better and better, and yeah. So if anyone does have any Inquisitor stuff that they are deeming that they want to get rid of, hit us up. Let us know what you've got before you get rid of it, please. Do I do a bit of grey, or do I just... Because it's the good ink, I'm just going to use... They're all flesh bags to me. Yeah. Horace was misunderstood. Yeah. So I'm using Liquitex acrylic white again, and I'm going to do it slightly away. So usual thing, zenithal, 50-degree angle, but I'm going to give it an all over light from every angle. So, as you can see, underneath there is some dark areas still. I'm going to try and get some of them to come back a little, because I do want it highlighting, but some of the colours that are involved in these are not going to cover the black, and I do want it quite brightly coloured. So I think it is quite a... Oh, air fryer. Now I know what it is. So you can still see underneath, he's all dark and stuff like that. So I'm going to sit him in the pot to make sure I don't mess up and stick my thumb on him. So that's ribbled for today. I'll get him back out later when that's all reasonably dry. But I do want to leave him. I usually leave them overnight when I do that, and it just makes it just that bit safer. The ink's not going to run, sort of thing. That's that one there. So let's put the airbrush back. So next Wednesday, we'll do another full-on Moonstone episode where I'll get him hopefully somewhere near finished. Hopefully. So what did I miss? Horus was misunderstood. Yeah, squats are a real army. Yeah. See, another emperor, all misunderstood. Squats are great fronting. They're not if you have to do them every day, Archnin. So, let us see what we have. I'll do a bit of a close-up. Oh. Were we on close? No. So this is ribbled. You can see him. He is quite bright. But you can see that underneath and all of that, he's still got a lot of the shading that he should have. Let me just try something. We've been playing around with the light positioning as well. So, yeah, that means I can paint him quite nicely under the illumination of a single light instead of the 2 studio lamps running. And boom! Good evening, Mr. Stander. So, I've chose Duraluminium to do all of the metal chains and all of the bits at the back. I've got some copper to do some extra bits. I need a grey. What grey? There's rock work and basing to do, so, or base work. That's black. That's brown. Chairs covering colours. Soft body black. Lead bench. Aha, I think that's it. Yay, dark sea grey. Perfect. Yeah, just the most important one, Mark. Let me change glasses over. He's such a handsome beast. So, where we're at with this, if you saw last week, we zenithalled it. You're getting the colours shifting. These are all clears, the Vallejo inks. So you've got the colours in his hands coming through, and that is just one coat of it. That is straight over what was below. So that does look like it could be ready for metal. Right, I need a pen tray. Oh, it's alive. He's alive. And is that Dural? No, that's exhaust manifold. Duraluminium. And I'm going to go with I've got a size 1 and a size 2. Both of them are Mark 2s anyway. So gonna do some demonstrating to Paul. We spoke about this last week. So this is a size 2. It's Kolonsky, and it is literally as good as a size 000, in my opinion. If not better. I've always had the thing about the paintbrush is you can take the numbers as a reference, but saying you always use a size 1, even manufacturers size 1s differ in size and differ in various things. You need to be looking at the point, the tip. The tip is what you need the most when painting. The body is basically the paint reservoir. So if you were using a 000, you would go 1 2 3 1 2 3. Where this, even with the paint being soaked up quite interestingly, it's still taking the point, and it takes like 3 or 4 good brush strokes to use up what's in the body. And it means when you're doing finer detail, the more time that you are actually on the miniature, as opposed to dipping it and managing the brush and that sort of stuff, the tip, rolling the tip to get it perfect. The more time that you're on the miniature, the better it is for your painting. Especially if you're a commission painter where you are working your stuff by the hour and that sort of stuff. Trying to paint an entire miniature with a size 000 can cause some issues. Whereas if you're painting it all with a size 2, it should be fine. So I'm just blocking in silver. We're going to basically do a wash on it, get the colours where we want them, and then maybe highlights and dry brushes and stuff like that. But I'm going to be using the wash that we used on Eisenhorn, the oil wash, so you can actually see that in use as well. So as you can tell, I'm not being massively the Psycho probably, I feel that some of the brushes that GW and Army Painter make are more aimed for the new painters, where it's not going to improve the painting, but it gives them confidence to do a small eye or something like that. As they progress on and they learn, then they learn that you can get away with fatter bodied brushes, that you spend longer on the model with, you spend less time cleaning and faffing around and all that sort of stuff, and it just comes with practice. The brush, I wouldn't say the Psycho is a wrong brush or is not needed or stuff like that. It still definitely has its place. I have a couple that I use for eyes and stuff like that, and I only use them for eyes. But I still find myself favouring a good Kolinsky brush with an amazing point on it. So what I've done on the chain is I've just run the brush down it and backwards and forwards across a couple of bits just to pick the raised bits up, so it looks worn from that point and you're not having to repaint it. And I'll probably put a wash on it as well, or we will put the wash on it as well to bring it back. Right, I want to do that copper. Yeah, I'm going to have that bottom bit in metal. I'm actually quite nervous about, I've not done a bright colour yet with the wash. So this one will be a first. Did Eisenhorn, who is already pretty dark and pretty gritty and stuff like that. So excuse me. Doing something that's got bright yellows, bright blues. Let's call it a bit of an experiment. What could possibly go wrong? Has Kinga come up with any Tesseract ideas yet? Oh. Good evening, Captain Rex. Thank you for the sub, mate. It is much appreciated. Excuse me. We have a orc on the table. Bloody rude of him to jump on the table. Tesseract the kitchen. Mark, we expect that from Paul. That's probably why I'm getting your name mixed up. So, as you've seen, all we've done is blocked in the colours. There's no layering and stuff like that. I have used the zenithal highlighting and the blocking in of the colours has just been not massively accurate. We're not I know that the wash, I know the oil wash, well, not oil, it's not, I keep calling it oil and I'm going to have to stop that. It is enamel wash, the interactives that we used a couple of weeks back for Eisenhorn. It will, it'll do its job. We trust in it to do its job. But again, it's a little bit of careful painting now, so you're not hitting red with the silver and stuff like that. And then maybe it's a little bit extra cleanup later on, after the wash. But I really, really do fancy seeing where this wash takes it. For people who haven't seen it, this was Eisenhorn, and Eisenhorn's had that wash on him. And he was exactly the same. Not as bright colours. Hey, it's attacking me. But he was exactly the same. And we put the wash over, and wow, woomph. It was scary doing it. Oh, poor little bunnies. You want nuclear fueled bunny rabbits? Don't know how I feel about torturing poor little bunny rabbits. Right, I'm going to be very careful here because it's the face. If I get this bit wrong, then I've got some green work to do. Yeah. To redo. I was quite pleased with how the green showed. Let's go. So in the chest area there is a couple of bits of green, but because of the shadow it's not showing up as normal. I do need to still do a little bit of green on his ear. So I'm quite happy with where the brown's settled on that and gone quite dark. I'm quite happy to leave that as it is, just so it does look how it should, sort of thing, and it's not too out the way. One man's killer bunny is another man's family pet. The only things that bunnies are a threat to is carrots. I am part of the camp that thinks carrots have feelings, and if people are upset about... I'm not going down that road. No, not going to do that again. That bell's going in the other colour, the coppery colour. So it doesn't matter if I clip it. I'll do the handle part of it in silver. I don't know how this model has so much detail and real estate attached to it that you've got to go back a couple of times and check that you've managed to hit all of the bits that you were wanting in the silver, and you haven't missed a chunk out. It is a bit awkward, but it works. It's good. Colour back, painting by numbers. That looks cool. Yeah. The bone needs doing in white, that's not a problem. Some type of bone white. Copper, they're silvered. Right, I need to do his other arm. Oh dear. It has been proven, Mark, that plants feel as much pain as a human. Their chemical synapse, whatever I'm not a scientist, but there was research done into stress produced. The stress a carrot goes through when it's being pulled out the ground and then dissected. It was like eye-opening. I don't know. Again, I don't think I agree with you, Kinga. We've got a few spuds around here that are quite vocal, so... So I'm going to do the knee pads in the same. So he's going to have metallic skull knee pads. Or a metallic skull knee pad, and then just a normal metallic knee pad on the other side. It's got some spiky bits on. Am I actually missing? I keep missing bits. That was the bubble and the bubble burst. Hey. So, the Strangerers. So I've got copper. Let me just have a quick look. Copper, and I think I'm going to use a bit of gold. I think it's a 50-50 mix. Use a stirry stick. Oh, there we go. Yeah. That's about the colour I wanted. It's a bit like Rune Lord Brass, but obviously in this product. But also a bit lighter. I've gone for the light colours as much as possible for the simple reasons of I know the wash, the enamel wash, is quite dark. So what I'm expecting is it to come excuse me, it to tone it down massively, and it is very bright. I know orcs are very bright, but that's not what I wanted for this. The whole idea for this was to start it bright, use the zenithal, and then use the wash over the colours to bring it back down a lot. Then there is another bell in amongst this. So some of this stuff, like where the bell is here, I'll probably paint in the skull, but that'll be after the wash. I want the wash as the basing of it all, sort of thing, rather than it being and then. So there'll be other bits and pieces to pick out during it, like very much like the teeth. I think the teeth are going to be quite interesting. Doing them in a bone colour, and he's coming off his base. But I also want to pick up a couple of the daft bits. On the backpack. So doing this before it gets the wash, it just breaks up the whole chunk of silver a bit. Bits of brassy colour. Again, I'm not being super careful, as I know that it could get covered. That's fine. That's fine. A couple of the end bits, depending on how mad I go with the wash. We've kept the bronzy purple colour for the mistake colour. It was a mistake, it wasn't meant to be that colour, but it just looked too nice a colour to take away. So a couple of bits, and that bit, that looks fine. There you go. So that looks. Oh no, we'll just do the base. And again, it is dark sea grey. Right, what did I miss? What did I, oh lords, carrots don't have feelings. Again, Tommy. Tesseract green versus Day Glow orange for the carrot monster. But plants don't make noise. Yeah, I read that bit. The thing is, it's hierarchy, Paul. It is definitely, it is proven fact that plants do in fact have feelings and pain receptors and stuff like that, or pain, whatever it is, because they did experiments. Hi, Chewy. On a load of plants, and it came back that there was chemical changes when the plants were being pulled out of the ground that can only be put down to them feeling pain, feeling discomfort, whether they're sentient or not. That's a whole different kettle of wacky tales. But they definitely feel pain. Proven fact. Why don't they shout out? They probably do. We just don't understand them, or they're like dog whistles and dogs. We can't hear them, but dogs might be able to. Just because we don't hear something normally doesn't mean it's not being said. Hi, Chewy. Potatoes have eyes, tofu does not. I'll still take the burger. Yep. Exactly, Tomo. A wise Lee once said. Don't know which Lee it was, because I don't know that many wise ones. So I'm just doing the rock in the basic grey colour. Again, there is bits that I've missed. It's not that important. What is important, that it is the rough colour that I need it to be. There we go. So this is pre-wash. I need to find a different one. Definitely finding a different wash for the brush. A different brush for the wash, even. I have an old GW wash brush. So I'm going to let that dry a minute. Did we get the... We didn't do the gallery last night, did we? Let's do a bit of gallery work. I think we did the Blake 7, we did the Soviets, we did Paul doing his matte varnish, we did Paul doing the burn stuff. There isn't really that much. Yeah, but you've got to send in stuff for me to put up there. I still didn't check it, so this could go horribly wrong. Yay. So here we have an amazing set of... These are 10mm miniatures. They are... we are playing Kings of War 10mm. Are we going to be? And they are my first plates of Direwolf, 2 Direwolf packs and a... Sorry, 2 Direwolf sets of... what are they called? The big one's a Horde. size, and the small ones are regiment and horde, and then there is the vampire lord on her, or lady on her winged beast, as it's called. It's an undead dragon. It's a dragon. They're not wargs, they're direwolves. Yes, regiment. I'm half asleep today tonight. And I had some more turn up. Which young Ian? There, it's. So, on the Discord channel, that should come up if it was working, which it's not. On our Discord channel, we have a gallery. Anything that goes in the gallery will get put up on here. Yay! It just took times. Oh, shenanigans. Oh, young Ian. Wow. Yes. Yes, I've seen Ian's work. Ian's work has been on here. I'm guessing this is Mr. Tom from up to north. Up to north where they play X-Wing, lad. How we doing, mate? Haven't seen you in ages. Anyway, they're the next ones. These are from a local company called Pendraken. And these are more knights, vampires, and all of the metal work to do. Flaky Pastry's been doing more scenery for Frostgrave. I forgot the name of the game there. Or Stargrave. I think it's Stargrave. When that comes out as well. Yeah, the days can't come soon enough. And Mr. Standard doing the hood. Is that the Bismarck behind it? And then Paul doing more fleets. More boats for the fleet. And Mark Ian. Doing some more containers. Mark, if you want containers, I'll have a look in a second. I've got some behind me that I'm not going to get any work done on for some time, just with the card things coming up. So if you want any, I'll do you a bit of a discount on them. But yeah, they look cool. I did say I was going to get some up on the website. I've just not had time. It's been one of those hectic weeks. Paul getting all of the white wakes in the boats, starting to look cool. And definitely the hood. Definitely the hood. Yay. More work on them. It is so... hasn't sunk yet. Yep, it's because the Bismarck's been in dry dock getting upgrades, so it doesn't get sunk by itself, and the rudder will not stick, so... yeah, that's... cool. Oh, they've gone out well. They're the same as ones that I'm offering Mark. They're just not... I'll show you in a second. Let's get to the end of this, and then I'll quickly show you what they are. They will be cheap. Much cheapness. I've sprayed them black already, but some of the red's showing through. I'll show you what I mean. There's Snowy doing some of his 10 mil. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases, Mr. Snowden. Does that mean... Cool. We've been seeing a lot of locals picking up commissions lately. It is really good when I see someone that I've been coaxing into doing commissions. Yes, Mr. Snowden, this is unfair. Means I'm painting at the weekend. I hate you. I hate you. Ooh, what's that paint well? That is some spangly. That is like a deep metallic paint. Yes, it is. It's very Wonder Woman-y. Red, blue, and gold. Yeah, I can't get that. Oh, will that work or not? Cool. Oh, oh, oh. I don't know how to get off it. There you go. So, Mr. Fairbrother's next set. Why is the little sniper? Why is sniper so little? And one of little sniper little. Right, the actual chameleon stuff. So pretty much, yeah, it's the same sort of stuff. Yeah, same bits. Cool. So that is the. Yeah, but what's he doing in there on his own? He should be with his squad. Let's go to painting. So, let me just have a quick look behind here. I've still got a supply drop here. I keep forgetting. If anyone has seen it, that is the wing that we've got for scenery. That's where my other camera is. I found my other camera. Well, you can't see half of it, but I found my other camera. I had lost that. So, this is all of them, and we've still got more coming. That explains it. If you can see these bits here, they have, some of them have taken the paint really well and don't need much doing to them. These do need a little bit of airbrushing, but it's very environmentally friendly what we're doing. So when we're coming to the end of a roll of filament, we will normally just bin it, and the problem is to do something like that, and this is quite a solid one, takes probably 30 meters of filament. This would take 5 meters because it's hollow and that. Yeah, I know, I guessed. So these are any colour. We had a load of red left over, so I've used up all the red rather than wasting it. Now, we usually do these for a tenner a pair, which isn't too bad when you're considering it. It's a $5 for each one of them, and they're a good bit. But as you can see there, and see how the red's showing through. We were going to do them pre-primered or pre-painted, but I've got another batch in the garage the same size as this, just it seems to be that this is one I just played around with some Galleria paints. And this was big brush painting, as Snowy calls it. I did have a bright red one. It is here. So I was just big brush painting. And it doesn't come out too bad. And it does look reasonable on a table. So what would you pay? And this is an honest thing. I know in my head what I'm going to be charging for them in this condition. But what would you pay for a container in primed condition? Red is showing through, so you're going to have to do a little bit of work. You've ordered brand new ones of these, Will, in grey filament. So call these. Yeah, these are byproducts of running out of filament. The ones that you've got are done on the set filament that we use for it. These could be anything. I think some of these are old black, some of them are blue underneath. There has been I think a couple of yellow ones in there as well. But as you can see, I don't want to sell them as new product because the red still shows through, and it's going to take a little bit more effort just to clean them up. With an airbrush, it's a 2-second job for me, but finding time to do 2 seconds. So yeah, they are black. They're all so that I'm trying to find one where you can actually see it a lot clearer. I'm trying to see it. Let's try and find it on the camera. So that you can see on that angle the lines have got red, and in here, so the plastic, the PLA that we made it from is red, bright red for the majority of them, and we've then primed it. We've used a primer to coat them, but they need just a little bit more work to get them to the place where you need. If you're going to paint them a colour, then you just splodge the colour in there, or yes, the ones that you ordered are the brand spanking new versions of these. Count these as maybe I was going to say seconds, but they're as good quality as the ones that you've ordered, but they're just not in the top quality filament, and they're just not they're not as perfect as I would like them. So pricing, what do you reckon? The other ones, I think we do the other ones for a tenner, all in. A tenner plus delivery, of course. Definitely not all in, because I can't even get half the stuff sent for those prices these days. Orders. $40 million. How many do you want, Paul? Yeah, they're $10.99 for the shipping container. I just want to try something, see if I can. No, it's not going to work that. So the ones that we do are in print on demand in quality grey PLA. We then just do obviously the red ones. We've used silk. Egan. The green Yodas were in silk, but loads of them. Yeah, loads of the green silk and the gold silk and stuff. I can't even think of anything that we've... Oh! So, the paint stand... You're not going to see... Oh, you will see it. The paint sand, that's green silk. There you go. Kinga. Tesseract green paint stand. The problem with the big problem we found with using the expensive, really nice looking coloured silk, and there's a Xenos one and stuff like that, is you've got to prime them to paint them. And yeah, as you can see, we were going to do these as they are for £6 a pair, because they come in a pair like that. I'm going to do them £6 plus postage. I'm not sure how many we have. So there's 5. See, we've also got print failures that just get thrown at Ronan or Snowy that we bin. So some of these could be odd numbers, if that makes sense. Yeah, we seem to have... Oh, no. 2 spares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Catch you later, Egan, mate. I'm just trying to get a quick photo. And what I can attempt to do is, without the aid of a safety net, the worst thing is the red's not showing up when I want it to. What I will do... Share Dropbox. Add. Technology's great. Except I definitely didn't want it in that size, but yeah, it's vanished. Tetris. Doom, 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 doom. I'm just putting them up so I can actually get them to use guys now. So primered. Oh wow, Leon is apparently the mad from primer. I'm not changing colour to it's not working. What did we do? Edit. Says active. I'll drop the link in once I've got these up, and anyone that's wanting them, they're there from now. There is only 15. You guys get the heads up before any of it. Truck 180. There you go. I've listed them. I was meant to do it last week. I do apologise. There is 15. You do get the 2 containers. You can see in the second picture that it is a bit missing, but they are there. We will get more in if these run out. As I say, there's more in the garage already because we're always going to have roll ends. We started doing the... Ooh, where did I put them? I think I flung them. The rings that we do, the basing rings, we started doing them in multicolours, but people have not picked up on them, so we haven't bothered these. However, we can do a little bit, well, £4 off, because they're slight seconds. I don't know if Sweeney's still about. It's not Fab Night. I'm just looking for someone else who asked about them as well, and I promised I would show him when they went up. There we go. No, I did thought of that. Mark, you don't have to hope that there's going to be some later on. I promise you, mate. We always have roll ends. The other stuff that we've tried for roll ends hasn't been picked up on. So I use 4 machines do 4, 8. I use 12 rolls a week. So there's 12 roll ends, and I get 2 or 3 sets out of these out of a roll end. The only problem I have at the moment is that the lovely machine that does these at present has decided it wants a holiday and spat its dummy out and made a mess yesterday. So if I get it back up and running, there's roll ends for days. I think I've got 8 or 9 roll ends sat there waiting for the machine to jump back into life. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's 5 or 6 already in the garage waiting to go and get primered. Obviously all of them. Yes, Will. I saw it on Ready Room as well. It was good. That was the first one that we ever printed, and I didn't even have the resin printers then. So we have the resin printers now as well. So nearly. Let me get that. So makeup sponge. For makeup sponge reasons, they're also a good brush holder that you shouldn't use like that. And And I'm almost certain that I put some smaller ones about in here somewhere. I'll just use cotton buds if I need to. So, this is, if you want one in resin, speak to Mr. Ronan Eels. He's doing all my resins. Alright, I've lent him my resin printers. So he's doing all of the resiny stuff now for me. I just don't have the time, so whatever he does, he prices and does it for himself. So here we go. This is the bit that you go, what have you done? That lovely painted miniature. And yeah. Oh. I'm not kidding, this is the second time I've done this now, and I'm still as nervous doing this one as I was the last. And again, this is going to end where the figure needs to sit and dry for some time. So, whatever it is, it looks horrific, Chewy. No, I don't know if it's water-based or... I'm just double checking something. I don't think it's water based. It's not. So be very careful, because use an old brush that you're not bothered about. And I want to put the lid back on it before I tip it back and show you it. This is enamel wash dark brown by AK Interactive. So that's what it looks like. So the next stage of it is, these are magic sponges, just like you used to get in football and stuff like that. Rub it over your knee, your knee's fine. I'm going to use the thick one first because I've used one before. And this stuff does stay wet for quite some time. So what you get the chance to do is actually use these sponges and just rub them. And I'm going to use this one now to get into the... So you see how all of the bright... Yeah, you could rub cheese all over it. Yes, it is very different. So this stays, I think it feels, and the way it works is it's in between standard agrax and nullin and stuff like that, and oil washes. It does take a while to go off, but the effects from it, you're literally just cleaning the bits that you want to. So if you want something that's really grubby, like down here, the bottom of his staff, if you want to clean a bit better, you just spend a little bit more time on it with a sponge, and it comes up a lot cleaner. Clean the back of his hand, some of the blue there. As I say, I'm going to do more to it, but yeah, it pops. So Eisenhorn, when I did Eisenhorn, he was exactly the same. I just lashed it all over. Technical term, it was a good lashing. Yeah. And you can see, and you'll see on this as well if you follow it next week, hopefully when that's dried. So I got the sponge over this bit and not these bits. So sponge on here, sponge on there, sponge in there but not into the crevice. I repainted the sword afterwards because I did damage to it. But again, in this area here, there's all the shading was just like run through. But what you've got to remember is, and I'll try and get a close-up of him. I'm using my wrong glasses. I'm trying to unblur my blurred glasses. So there, you've got that now. That's how he looks. I've still got to go back in. I've got to do the teeth. I've got to do all of the bits that I was on about. I may even go in and rust some of the backpack and the bits and the gobbo. But it has literally just... it's made it pop. So bits that I didn't do, bone, there's no point in doing the bone because it would just stain it back to the brown that this is. So I'll do the brown afterwards. The green, it could have gone south quite quickly, but I went with the first bit I went to just in case it. And as you can see, it doesn't come off with water. So I do have white spirits, and Bob Ross's white spirits, and that's what I'll basically use to clean up any bits that I don't like later on. If there is a bit that I really detest and want to change and not happy with, I have some small cleaning buds, which I seem to have misplaced. Painter. And they're not, I think they're made of the same material as that, and you can just go in, bit of white spirit on it, and total transformation. It's probably one of my favoured washes now, for big scale stuff like going hammer and tong and hitting it up fully like that. But yeah, there's still bits that I want to do. Why is it flat? Is that causing? That's causing it. He's nowhere near finished. So the other thing, the next part of this, I'm going to do the same with the Moonstone character. So the Moonstone character, I'm going to bring out some bright colours, and then I'm going to wash it back to similar to this, just to give it a bit of a grimy look, a dirty look. And as you said that 10 minutes ago, bright, garish. I'd not been perfect in all of the lines. I'd not hit every part of it, but I knew that when I put that wash on, the change place here from the blue to the red, that wash has just filled in there, and you can't see any of the bits that I missed. So knowing that going forward, you can go, right, I need to get each one of these lines perfect. I need to get right down to the edge of each one, or I go, the wash is going to cover it. Don't need to worry about getting it perfect. And again, I think most of it's been like that. And it looks good for it. I am quite impressed again. But yeah, if you... Why is everything... Let's go at the... I believe that's better. So yeah, that is like that. And thank you, X-Wing Tavern Wars, for the donation. That is much appreciated. It's for some reason, and I can't see it in the chat, so I'm guessing you did it some time ago. And I do apologise, but it's only just come up in my mini feed now. There you go. There he is in full gloriousness. So yeah, the next stage for that is that needs to fully dry. It's not going to dry in 10 minutes. Some of it is, but the deep recesses are going to take an hour, hour and a half to dry up fully. So basically, it is now in the hands of the gods, as it were. So he can go over here next to Ribble. Let's have Ribble out for a second. Ribble is looking pretty cool. And all of the zenithal highlighting on Ribble. He looks class. Look. Definitely from Stockton, because he's got his mask on with his nose hanging out. Definitely Stockton. Right, let's have Ribble over there. And I'll put that wash brush back in there. So no, it's that one. So yeah, I haven't managed to get any of the AK stuff into stock yet, so I'll pick it up where you can. Try your FLGSs first. If you can't get your FLGS, then look further afield. You may hear me barking on a lot over the coming months about supporting your local companies, your local shops. They are needing it. They're about to transition from getting support from the government to having to fend for themselves again. Yes, they do, Will. Most definitely. Normally sticking it into my business, but that's a discussion for another time. But yes, these stores are going to need our support going forward. Yes, it's easy and cheap to jump on board and go with Bob's Online miniature sales and stuff like that. The faceless people out there that are just in it for the money, support the people you know, the Beanie Games, the IQ Games, the ones that you go and play games at. Because in 6-12 months time, when I've seen 2 shops close or mark up that they're closing, and it is gut wrenching. It is horrible to see. I don't know what I would do if I had to close down ProTech. We are slightly privileged because we own the property that we run it out of, but a lot of these stores have wages. A lot of these stores have only one source of income, and that's what you guys bring into them. So when you're buying stuff, just all I ask and all I want is give the independent, the small guys, your first thought. If those guys are charging 50% above RRP or £5 for curbside pickup, then Yes, speak to them. Just say to them, look, you don't think this is right. I would come and buy off you, but I don't think this part of what you're offering or what you're doing is right. Are you open to discussion, or is that just how it is? If that's how it is and they're not amenable, it probably means they're on the verge of losing it all anyway. So yeah, just think of the little guys out there, and I don't even class myself as that. Number of times in the last week where someone's come to me and gone, "Oh, are you getting the new Legion figures next week?" Because apparently we're getting 2 new Legion figures next week, and I'm getting a small amount for painting and for myself and stuff like that, but they're £15. Yeah, I could sell you one for £15. I'm not going to break my neck and go, I can do them for a tenner because Bob's Online Store's doing them for a tenner. I will go, you know what? This is RRP. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it any less because we just prefer to do it that way. But Beanie Games down the road, pop in, see them, speak to whoever's behind the counter, and they'll sign you up for a Beanie Game account. You get 10% off. Go with them. If you want one painting, it's a different matter. I will paint one top to bottom and sell you it painted. But just think of the place where you go and play it. Please. Please. Because I do like coming to your stores. I do like coming to the Harlequins, the Lazy Dragon Gaming, IQ and stuff like that. If those places disappear and I've got nowhere to go, then I'm going to have to come to your houses and annoy you. Yes, exactly, Archnin. That is. So, for obvious reasons, the stores have said that they don't want the names mentioned, probably out of possibly bashfulness or whatever. We missed the boat on Digimon. In fact, we didn't even see the wake. We didn't even see ripples in the pond from the boat leaving. Whether it was me or whether it was a misunderstanding between me and my distributor, I can't. It was too stressful to go deep into it. I missed it. It's tough shit, Lee. Get on with it. We were at the point of ditching singles cards altogether, but a couple of people basically give me the oomph to do it again. So we're doing it. A couple of stores, 3 or 4 stores that I know and I've done work with and I do work for, have been fantastic. They've given me whatever they could. These stores could easily put and do what Bob Online Cards is doing, but the other end, because these are hard to get hold of, they could have put them up for 100 quid, sold like that. But they have been absolutely fantastic. 3 of them I've been dealing with for 5 or 6 years, and all 3 of them do have an absolute massive special place in my heart, and that will never change. And because of them, I run my business how I do. Another one is centered around this game, Flesh and Blood. I've spoke to the lad, and if anyone's on Friday, I'll probably give him a plug on the stream Friday when I start opening some of his boosters that he's managed to help me out with. So I've known the guy a week. We've had a chat. We've sorted some bits and pieces out. Certain admin things and stuff like that. And he's been absolutely fantastic. I've talked to him every day for this week, I think. And he's a new trader. You will see me supporting him as well as the other stores that I support. But he's opened during the hardest times. And he has got the same sort of ethos that we have and the stores that I work with have. So I'm looking forward to visiting, and I also am looking forward to doing more bits and pieces with them. So yes, that is absolutely spot on, Archnin. And yes, I'll see you soon, mate. We will catch you. I might be doing some tomorrow, depending on timings and stuff like that. But I might get some box openings. So if you want to come and watch me open some boxes of yes, that game. Flesh and Blood. I was going to call it Legion Story Studios for some reason, but that's the company that make it. But yeah, you'll see them coming up quite a bit in the streams tomorrow. I'm very lucky that Steve Stoner has me as one of the handful of people he personally delivers stuff to. Yes, beanies. Yeah, mate. The thing is, I'm going to do them in boxes of 2, so there will be stopping and starting. But I think about 5 o'clock tomorrow, I'll be finished off in the garage. Everything will be sorted out in there. We'll have tidied up. I'll get back in here by the time I get a drink and stuff. 5:30, 6 o'clock. But I don't want to overrun into my mate's stream at 9. The big bearded beast that comes on here, they do a stream at 9, and Doom Fairies, so I don't want to overrun in that, if that makes sense at all. So I am just waffling now, because the 2 projects I've got are both at a point where I don't really want to do anything with them because they're wet, and I know for a fact the Orc I need to spray with varnish now. To seal that in, to make sure that when I apply water it doesn't wet it up and redo it. Just supported a local business a few minutes ago. Yeah. Thank you, mate. But yeah, the weird thing is I don't class myself as an FLGS as such. We operate in a different place to them. The indie games like your Moonstone and stuff like that, not many places do them, so we tend to pick them up and hopefully run with them. We make 1 or 2 bits and pieces like that sort of stuff, the 3D printed stuff. We'll do as much of that as we can. We're doing 3D printed. These aren't for sale. These are ones that Ronan did for me. So we've got normal 3D printed stuff, but we do have licensing now coming through. So I prefer to do that sort of stuff and sell that sort of stuff. Then I'd prefer to support Broken Toad in selling that than just buying that in and selling that back out as it is. That brush, selling that brush to someone like Paul, yeah, or that brush as Paul has bought, and then having the honour and the pleasure of Paul saying my paintings improved massively because I used them. One of Paul's friends, I can't say who, he might say it on Facebook, but one of Paul's friends has also bought a set of them because of what Paul said. And that's the sort of business I would prefer to run. Stuff where I know it's good, I will use it, show you it being used, I will then sell it. Card packs like this, buying it in, going, it's Pokemon, good game, sell. No, you, Mr. Stander. I do sell, and it is bigging me up a bit, but I sell stuff well. I've stood in beanies and sold 40k for them for hours. I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. But I only do it in... For me personally, I would prefer them to go to beanies and buy the new 40k boxes from there than me selling them myself. Same for these. That's strange. It looks like it's got a 1 minute. I can't... The problem is I can't say through GDPR, mate. If he posts it on Facebook, I'll tag you in it. But yes, putting stuff like this out is meaningless to me. Yep, there you go. I sold a box of Digimon to Tomo. I'm more happy that Tomo went to Beanies to buy a box of Digimon than if he'd bought that from me. Because at the end of the day, I know that the money that Tomo's paid has helped. It has gone to Stephen, and Stephen can then keep that place open, and I've got somewhere to play where I feel safe, where I feel comfortable. And there's not many places that I feel safe and comfortable playing games. Yeah, I know, but let me have... Yes, word of mouth is probably our biggest seller. We don't, other than me spamming all my friends, we don't pay for advertising. We don't push advertising. We put it into the Facebook groups, but I prefer to push the advertising on my streams, and then I can sell stuff to people in the streams, like tonight. And some people may have bought some bits and pieces tonight. And yes, I have a patron as well. So, yeah. Which reminds me, Chewy, have you got a patron 10% code? So anyone that subscribes to the gold level or higher, yes, I keep forgetting to tell people. But anyone that goes to, I think it's the £10 level or higher, you get 10% off in the store. But you just have to give me a little poke, because it's all manual. So if people have joined and they're on the higher thing, let me know, because I have to apply the code to your account. And I can't remember whether I've done it for you, Chewy. Yeah, my memory's not what it used to be. Discounts. Where's my discount button? Discounts. Don't give me there's a problem loading this page. So, yes, there is... okay. I'll sort something out with you, mate. Yep, you're on there. I need to check the other people who are down on that, so I'll leave that open there for it to remind me. Right, remember to use it. So, yeah, this might apply to you as well, Will. If you spend more than £50 a month at ProTech, you get the £5 extra that you're paying for the patron back in the 10% discount. So, again, it's not always worth it for me, but I don't mind you guys who are supporting the patron to get a little bit extra for the extra. So the basic level is just one. You get the feed, you get the pictures when we do them every now and again, and it's just a show of support and a thank you. It's a couple of quid. There's then a £5 one, which you then get to see the videos that we put up there. There's not massive amounts, but they're more informative, and they go on there, and they're on there a month before we put them up on YouTube. I am a little bit late because some have been on there for 2 months now, and I've not got them to YouTube. But and there's things like, as Mark as I spoke to Mark about, there's brush cleaning. There's a couple of techniques. There's a great piece, and it is just a post, but there's a great piece on colour stuff. Colour theory, yeah. But that's the £5 level, and you get loads of content for it. If you go to the £10 level, the only difference is you get all of the stuff from the other one, but you get a 10% discount code for the shop. So you get 10% off. And we don't limit that to £50 or £100 spend or a £500 spend. It is what you spend there. You can have 10% off. And that is 10% off the already discounted prices. It's not 10% off RRP or anything like that. We only do it, whatever the ticket price is, you get 10% off that for being a patron. If we start getting absolutely hammered and we've got hundreds of people going on there as a patron, then we might look at level caps, but I know you guys at the moment, and I know you're all spot on with that sort of stuff. You're not going to hurt me too much. But the other thing I've got to keep an eye on, it is meant for the things like the painting and everything to do with the stream. I don't mind the occasional card being purchased, like promos and stuff like that. But things like the box pulls, and I shouldn't have it. I don't think it's set up for that. So, before I close up for the evening, is there any questions? Does anyone have any requests? We will be getting those two figures more done towards Wednesday and Thursday next week. I might get a couple of bits done off air just to tidy stuff up. Yes, I do. He used to deliver here every week. No. Expose 1.0 got me into way too much trouble. Yeah. So, I'd love to do it, but come on, King. What? I'm not singing either. Yes, you will, Tomo. Yes, you definitely will. Yes, Dan, I have subscribed, and I have subscribed at the collectors, the higher tier. That is... don't know if it's here. I already subscribed to the Mortal Realms. Changs. So, that's the Age of Sigmar version of it. The simple reason that I subscribed to that is... one, it makes good business sense too. And two, it makes good business sense too. No, Paul, I won't be, I don't think. I don't think mentally I'm in the right place. Yeah, the same, Chewy. There's not a lot that I want. This one's nearly run its course. There's 75 subscriptions, which is £750. Oh, well... buy me a Smaug and I'll do one for you. So the Mortal Realms, there is... So that's one of the... That's one of them there. It comes with 2 pots of paint, which is, in today's market, round about £8. It's an £8 magazine. And then you get all of the fluff and stuff like that inside it, and the painting guides and stuff. The magazines are pretty good. I do read them if I get a chance. But then you'll get stuff like that, or a £20 set of figures. So spiky bits, if you can hear over the rustling, did a price comparison for the new one, Dan, and it was something like a £700. Yeah, I think it was about a £700 saving on everything that you get in there by the end of it. If you get the premium collection. Is it Four Hammer? That's the one. Well, okay. Four Hammer did it and Spiky Bits stole it. Or Spiky Bits did it and one of them. One way around like that. But yeah, it is worth it. They do get an exclusive in there or two. So there was an exclusive on the... I think it was episode... was it issue 8 of the last one? Yeah, I think it was number 8 of the last one. And you couldn't find it in the shops for love nor money. And then people had got them up for like £25 to £40 on eBay. And you just could not get it for love nor money. Yeah, that's definitely understandable. The 1 or 2 option, you'll probably, after the first 8, you will struggle very much to get them from newsagents and stuff like that. But what they do... paint along. What paint along? With the bits out of it. I don't think I'll be able to keep up with that, but I can do bits. I don't mind doing bits out of it, Craig. Ooh. Oh, did I say I would do a paint along? I'm starting to worry now. Starting to get hot sweats. I think I'll probably paint all of the Necrons to sell unpainted, so could be. I know someone who likes Necrons as well. But yeah, if you go onto their website, the day after their... Yeah, there we go. The day after they start releasing them for subscribers... Yeah. Oh, you don't know my rates. It's probably a lot cheaper to sub. Hachette Part Works actually put them up on their website, so you can grab them off there as well. They did a couple of really nice boxes as well last year that went alongside them. I don't know if you'll get access to the premium ones, but they did the Silver Templars box. Yeah, just keep an eye out for it. The Silver Templars box was really nice. It had 13 paints in it. 13 GW paints. 3 of them were big pots. It had a Space Marine captain and a squad of intercessors. A how to paint guide. And a very, very limited... transfer sheet for them. Space Wolfies. Oh yes, Craig. WizKids 100%. We're still waiting for... I've not even paid for it yet. We're just... As soon as they say it's here, I'll put it up on the website. It'll be up there for a couple of weeks. I'll even do an event for it. There is 2 at the moment, and I've been permitted to have both of them. So I can't remember what the second one is, but the first, the Dire Troll, is the first. The Troll, whatever it was, is the first one, and I'll definitely be doing that. I'm down for as many as I can get. So obviously I'll need to keep one, but whatever's left will be available for you lot to paint along. And we will do a paint along session. It is absolutely fantastic that WizKids are doing this, and what's even more so is the support that I'm getting from Asmodee to actually run it as well. So they're doing, I think it's the Dire Troll. It is. So if I put that up in the gallery and press the gallery on, so when this box set comes out, you get the Dire Troll. That is the figure in the box. I think this kit's about £25. That's the good, and that's the bit that you suddenly go, what? That's quite expensive. But I'm trying to read if it's got in. There's a thing of how to do it and stuff like that. There's a video to watch if you want, which I'll probably watch before doing it with you guys. So we're doing it the same. But you get paint, and in the box you get paint and supplies to actually do it all, which is perfect for what we're doing and how we're doing it. It's like I can get everyone that wants to together Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, just lazing on a Sunday afternoon. I could paint one Tesseract quite easily, Mark. It would depend how many they sell. I think they're in... Right, here we go. You get, in the box, you get a ready-to-paint Diatrol figure with a retail price of $15. So I'm doing it in the dollars. So it's $15 Diatrol figure. You get 12 quality Vallejo paints, MSRP of $13. So I'm guessing they are small Vallejo paints, not the big pots, because that would be double that. So I'm expecting the 7ml pots, the little bit mini baby pots, but even then, getting 12 of them in a box like this is fantastic. 2 brushes, they could be Vallejo. 1 water pot, and the blister is usable as a palette. So you get all of that. So converting it to UK money, it's probably going to be... The Diatrol will be £15, the paint will be about £15, the brushes will be about a £5, and then a water pot and blister pack. So it's 34 quid's worth of stuff, and I think it's either £20 or £25 to do it. But it's a great idea. I can't wait for them to come. We're just, as I say, I was told it was the 15th of March, but it's the 15th of March in America, I think. Unfortunately. Press the right button, link. So yes, we'll be definitely doing that. And then there is the second one. I don't know what the second one is yet. But we've ordered 12 and we'll support you guys as much as I can. Don't even get me started on that one. No. Yes. Yeah, the time zones might be the same, but the delivery schedules will be in a different world, let alone in a different time zone. This, well, I'm saying that we got Legion stuff and America aren't getting. What did? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. It's really hard at the moment because I've got to make sure I've got funds to pay for everything, and I've got stuff so far behind that if some of it drops, I could be running around like a headless chicken trying to find money down the back of the couch, as well as keeping up with the lines that are coming in. And but yeah, it seems to be settling a little bit. But yeah, we'll be doing that one. We'll be doing the next one. They do seem good, fun things. Uh-oh. Which Kickstarter? Oh, Monster Tormentor. Yeah, I think I'll be backing it as well, Tomo, so I don't think there's going to be much of a problem with that one. And we still haven't got shipping for your other one. I'm not looking forward to that. So it's 6 minutes past 9. Way past my bedtime. My bed's not calling, but getting stock listed is. So anyone interested in box openings, I will be around and about tomorrow doing Flesh and Blood. I don't think I'll get a chance to hit the Digimon tomorrow, so I might have to give that to Zoe and Joe to start hammering through, because we've got quite a few boxes that I need to get ready for stock for the weekend. But we're quite far behind on the Flesh and Blood, so I don't mind taking my time on that one. Yeah, I'm iffy on it. I'm not a big board game player, Paul, so other than things like the Aliens one, I keep forgetting the name of it. The new one of it's just come out, the Lockdown one. Other than that, I've not been a big... I tend to back for other reasons. So, yes, I should be around tomorrow afternoon. Nemesis, that's the one. Should be around tomorrow afternoon, starting to do... Yeah, that's just me though, Tomo. You're not going to change me. People have tried. Yeah, I'll be about tomorrow. We'll do some box openings. And I think that's it for now. Other than that, we will be back next Wednesday, finishing off the Moonstone Giant and the Cromlech amazing resin weird boy. He was just touching stuff there. So thank you everyone for coming and watching tonight. Thank you everyone that liked, followed, shared, subscribed, did the usual. If you do like what you see, please support us by liking the videos on YouTube and stuff like that. Anything that you can do to push this up, I do appreciate it. So I shall catch us all tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe.